Welcome back, I'm DRN, and this is Mechabellum. This is the Dev vs Pro tournament that I had the privilege of being part of the commentary team for. We just watched Sacco knock out Hello from the losers bracket, so Hello is gone. And now in Sacco, having lost to Bearlight but beaten Hello, must face his third developer in a row, Measim. This will be a tough matchup for Sacco, because Measim is a very strong player who specialises in defensive standard and loves to wield excellent late game formations. Melting points, war factories, fortresses, you name it, he uses it. Here we go, I'm casting alongside the legendary Pastadruski once again. So who is our next opponent for Sacco to knock out? The losers bracket.
Sacco versus Measim.
Oh no!
What can you tell us about Measim?
Measim is a legendary late game player. He loves playing War Factory, both Combat Factory and Production Factory. It's actually infuriating if you play against him, because he'll do a standard game, perfectly normal, all game long, and then round 7, 2 factories appear. Round 8, 2 more factories appear. And you'll be scratching your head. How am I meant to beat that? It's crazy. You drop melting points and he just throws down chaff by the bucket load. Last time I met him in a tournament, he beat me with Mass Mustang when Mustang was not meta. And I threw everything I could to stop it, and he just blasted through it. So we shall see. I don't envy Sacco here. He's had to beat Bearlike, or he's lost to Bearlike, beat one developer, and then now he's onto a third developer. 3 developers in a row for Sacco here.
3 developers in a row, but if this is the path it takes to meet Bearlike again and get his revenge, then this is the path that he's willing to walk.
Should be fun.
Let's actually have a look. It does look like we've got the semifinals going on now. DZMP versus Bearlike now. Bearlike is still playing in the winners bracket, it looks like.
On track for the grand finals. We could have this Sacco versus Bearlike rematch in the grand final.
Ooh, we do see a giant specialist there. I'm wondering if we're going to see the Sabertooth on Sacco's side, or if he's going to go for the aggro pick of the Crawler Steel Ball.
All out aggro so far today. I can see him taking the Marksman Specialist there just for the aggro start. Very high HP pools though for this set of cards.
It is the Marksman Specialist. Here we go.
He's playing Comfort. Aggro, aggro, aggro.
And I would imagine also the same side for the Comfort as well. Sometimes I do like to switch sides, just as a streamer. Oh, he is switching sides. As a, just because you feel like somebody's going to anticipate if you're going to do strong. Because I don't really play aggro, but I do play asymmetric. So, I try to swap sides, which one it's going to be.
Bounce left or right, strong side, weak side. Do you roll a dice? Do you flip a coin? Or is it just what you feel like on the day?
Oh, it's just going with the gut, whatever I'm feeling.
Okay.
Again, my secret is I don't know what I'm doing, so they can't either.
I thought that was a Marine saying. Right. He's gone back to the left side again, though. I thought he was bouncing to the right this time.
It didn't feel right for him. He's got to go back to Comfort.
Fair enough. He's taken an Arclight this time. He didn't start with Arclights last time. He's recognized the weakness of lacking in Chaff Clear. But it's matching up straight into the Stormcallers. The Stormcallers are going to shoot at the Crawlers and then hit the Arclight behind them.
That Arclight is not going to live long. Yeah, long time playing Arclights here, and I've learned that Arclight definitely needs to be spaced out further away. Now it's just going to get targeted in the first place. I'm not a big fan of the close positioning that Measim has there. If any sort of missile deploy or any cooldown there, you get punished by it. But, as you were saying, if he's planning on War Factory, he might have board space at a premium. He might be thinking ahead that he needs the room.
This is a pure standard opener for Measim. Super defensive. He'll be sitting back, holding the tower. We'll be expecting Fangs next round from him.
There goes the Arclight.
Instantly. He's going to worm his way through to the tower, though, I think, here. Sacco.
Only just, and only because it's a steel ball that can do it. Anything else would have just been punished.
I think he's going to scratch a win on this first round, but he's going to struggle going forwards. We'll see, though. He's been very successful with his flanking plays so far. I'm half hoping we don't see Fire Badgers again, because I'd like to see a little bit of variety.
Well, we'll see if round 2 gives us an early unit deploy. Here comes the Marksman.
Orange Man on site.
Are we going to see the Wasp Swarm for the aggro, or are we going to see a Nano Repair Kit going on to the Steel Ball?
Almost certain Measim will take the Nano Repair Kit as a
mass-produced Melter for Measim.
Oh, okay. Different. Okay.
Measim did pick Giant Spec, so this is pairing with Giant Spec very nicely.
It is, but the Nano Repair Kit's so good on Giant Spec as well. Okay.
Well, he's made his choice. I do believe we're going to see nothing but melters from here on out.
Brave. A third set of Stormcallers as well. He's calling Sacco's bluff, because we haven't seen Sacco take any anti-missile as yet this tournament. He's just brute force, get straight in the face.
Sacco's still deciding. He went with the nano repair kit. I'm going to guess it's going to go on a steel ball.
A cheeky missile.
There's the cheeky missile. He's got the crawler way up front in order to keep a range for those artillery to continue doing their thing.
I think Measim and Bearlight might be talking to each other, because that's what beat Sacco in the first round. Cheeky missiles every round.
That marksman, just worth noting, has the ability to go assault mode and is placed very aggressively. You might even see the nano repair kit on the marksman once he clicks assault next turn.
I like it. The contain arc light in the corner, really pressuring this front row. Here we go. Arclight's living longer this round. Hopefully they get a few kills. Is your OBS behaving?
It is. It's just I've got chat over there distracting. Blue Feral handing out subs like it's candy. Thank you so much.
Good on you. Nice. Steel balls pressuring straight onto the tower there. Almost unstoppable to begin with, even with the cheeky missile play.
And we did see the nano repair on the steel ball, the one that leveled. Measim wasting no time for his sticky oil, wanting to get some distance with those steel ball.
And we have a Vulcan with oil.
Vulcan with oil. Mobile Beacon, is he going to anticipate the oil play and Mobile Beacon around it?
Yes, he is. Good read. Editing DRN here, that was a top tier prediction by Drewski and Sacco, of course.
The nano repair kit on the level 2 steel ball might be able to just continue to muscle through even in the fire that the Vulcan's going to have there in front of him, while the other one goes for the tower.
So I don't think we're going to see Assault Marksman, I'll be honest. Because he would have held on to that regen module to put it on the Assault Marksman who's going Assault Marksman. If you're facing Vulcan with your steel balls, do you go armor first or range first?
I almost never find myself with steel balls, so it's hard to say. I think in general I would lean towards armor because that's what in theory should work against Vulcan. However, in the meta, it almost just doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it's all lifesteal and range these days, isn't it?
Yes, so I would probably pick armor and get punished for it.
I respect your standards. I'm a big armor fan. Wait, are you advertising a competing game? Contract void, you're gonna get fired.
Alright, well the oil made a big difference on the rest of the chaff, but the healing steel ball just muscled through it as we wondered. However, the mobile beacon was thwarted, and he defended that side, so it's not going to be as major of a round as we had thought.
He still wins it though, his regen steel balls. Just unkillable. When do we reckon we'll see our first melting point?
It's round 4. I'm going to say right now.
He needs something to kill the steel balls. Ooh, Scorpion's offered.
Oh, Scorpion is a very quick pick for Measim.
Yes.
Sacco might be pivoting away to something else. We might see air now that we've got both Scorpions offered along with the Storms and Vulcans already on the board. So we might be seeing Wasp or Phoenix happening.
Yeah, I'd be very tempted by the Wasp and the Phoenixes here. I think he'll make the read and go Phoenix. He'll be expecting the Scorpion pickup by Measim.
We've got Wasp.
We have Wasp. Okay. Shows what I know.
I think it's just as
the best in the world.
Yeah, but I do think it's such a good pairing with the steel ball. Wasps tend to be. Yeah. Because they help with the chaff clear as well.
Yep. Second oil. But do they know about second launch? Come on, dude, that delivery was terrible. The classic Sacco corner flank with the arc lights and the crawlers. This is rough.
Oh, and actually, this is a major read on Sako's part. He knows that the Scorpions are very likely to be picked. He's already sold out of one Steel Ball, and he has bought not only the units of the Wasp, but he bought 2 more Wasps. It's a total shift. I would not be surprised if that Steel Ball gets sold next as well, the higher level one.
I'm not sure. I think he wants a unit to carry the regen module, and he's got no other option for the regen module at the moment. But look at how fast they're dying, even with the regen.
Unfortunately, my stream is apparently lagging here. This is not the viewer on this is not on your end. This is on my end entirely.
Is it video or audio that's lagging?
Video, but it looks to be catching up now.
Okay. So we have just watched Measim try and hold the line, but Sako's burnt through it with 1,000,001 wasps.
Those wasps were too much for Measim and too much for my PC.
We have an instant pick redeploy for Sako and a missile drop from Measim.
So those Steel Ball do not need to be sold. They can now be a menace on the opposite side, going for a tower kill.
Yep.
And the missile going for the wasps there. I suspect that will successfully kill those wasps. I don't see him buying energy shield right away. I think instead he's picking up ground spec for his next tech.
Wraiths with degen and then anti-air Mustangs. Great reads from both players, but I much prefer the Mustang pickup here over the Wraith pickup.
I agree. I think Wraith would have needed to be level 2 to really stand any chance against the counterplay.
And Sako does not run armor on the Wraiths either, so he cannot make them immune to the Mustangs.
He does have heal, but that heal is more expensive now that degen's been clicked.
Yep. We have Scorching Flames on the Vulcans, but there's nothing really for them to hit anymore apart from just basic chaff. He needs more anti-air. He's got 3 sets of Mustangs.
Where's the mass melters?
Yeah.
I'm
promised mass-produced melters.
I'm looking at this, and because of those Mustangs and everything, I'm feeling that pretty much everything except for the Steel Ball is in trouble. I think that the entire board is just gonna suffer here.
The anti-air on the Mustangs do so much work. They still get through to the tower with the wasp on the right-hand side. I'll be honest, if I'm Measim here, I'm probably selling one of those 2 Vulcans, because I think 2 Vulcans is overkill for how few ground units there are.
Yeah, combined with either that or the Scorpion. But yeah, I think the Scorpions stick around just because the Steel Ball are a menace.
I think Scorching Flame Vulcan can still do just as good a job of clearing Steel Balls there.
Especially if they leveled. The Vulcans did, in fact, one did level. So perhaps sell the Scorpion, keep the Vulcan around, because that means that he still has the chaff clear. There is plenty of chaff to be clearing.
Yeah, needs to cover the weak side now as well.
Sabertooth for Sako.
I'd be very tempted by the Marksman.
With the sail.
Elaborate, man, please. Don't just make statements, explain them.
Yeah, I too would probably be almost an instant click either on the Marksman or the Fort. But since Measim is giant spec, I would lean towards Marksman and then get my own Fort.
Drewski's got your back. Consummate professional. Maybe he's tempted by the Fangs, but I would not pick Fang into range Wasp and Wraith.
Oh, and now we have Sako with the Worm Wasp combo. This is something of a wombo combo. The Wasps are clearly endangered by the anti-air Mustang, but those Mustangs will have their range cut in half by the Sandstorm from the Worm, making the Wasps and the level 1 Mustangs on equal footing.
And Measim's grabbed those Fangs. 4 sets of level 3 Fangs.
That might be the spoiler here in the air battle. If he puts range on those Fangs, those actually will do significant damage, even with the Sandstorm lowering their range.
I am worried for Measim's safety here. These worms are going to be hard to stop. Degen Beam plus Sandstorm. Such a combo.
Since Sako has yet to pick ground spec, I do think Measim has a good chance this round. There's not a ton of damage on Sako's board.
You say that, but I see 4 sets of level 2 Wasps, and I think that is pain.
Well, it is, but it doesn't have the ground spec buff there, and we've got a lot of Fangs, which did not get range, so they might not actually make contact at all.
Here we go, Sandstorm hitting the Giants. Vulcan's range dropping like a stone to 47 meters.
Tower's about to go down. So Sako
First
has said,
time.
I don't need no ground spec. I've got Worm Wasp.
It's making it work. That sandstorm. It's so powerful. How do you protect against it? Because Photon doesn't work. You take to the skies yourself? I think it's too late to do that.
Usually you either take to the skies or you do some sort of way to keep them above ground so they don't get to respawn. This usually means shielded fangs.
A line of shielded fangs right in front of them.
Yeah, just a conga line of shielded fangs right in front of them. Keep them above ground. Or you could do just some more crawlers or things. I do feel like the fangs do better because the sandworm's attacks are relatively slow. And with shield, you can keep them busy.
Or you can wait till the day after the tournament, and then Belek will halve the duration of the sandstorm. He's dropped the underground threat to summon some crawlers right in front of one of the worms. It's right next to a wraith, so I don't think it'll do an awful lot. And there's the ground specialization on those wasps you were talking about last round. Those wasps are going to be hitting like trucks
now there's definitely some punch happening. However, we do also have acid attack added in. This could mean that the sandworms, if they do get hung up anywhere, are going to be sitting in acid, taking a massive amount of damage.
And it is now impossible to give worms photon apart from through items, because they burrow underground so fast, it's very hard to make them acid resistant.
Everything's going to depend on whether or not those worms stay above ground in order to be taking damage from acid and not spawning the sandstorm more than the first initial contact.
Measim has 2 turns of oil in a row coming up here. Will this buy him time to get stabilized? But 1 lost round and he's out. And this is his do or die game. He loses this game, he's out of the tournament. Yep, I think you may have already mentioned that once or twice, dude. The giants huddled up by the towers. Towers have been leveled.
We finally saw the melter. No tech, no range, there's no money for it.
It is the smallest, saddest melter I've ever seen.
He's got big hopes, big dreams. Alright, we've got the right side worm being distracted by ground there. Melter on another worm. All 3 worms.
Oh.
The right side worm burrowed, but the center one is down.
The smallest, saddest melting point still gets a worm kill.
Takes out a degen beam.
Oh, but there's a worm on a tower.
And tower's about to drop.
Oh no. That's pain.
Now Mason's doing the mental math. Does he have enough life left for another round?
It's close. It's close. Yes, lives on
by
38. Oh.
And a dream.
Still in it to win it.
Now that the melters have entered the field, though, there could be an opportunity to turn things around.
Snap pick bombard. He's got to do it. He needs the tempo. Kills those wasps so handily. Do you take a shield on your wasp here?
I would consider it. I would consider shield on the wasp. There's so many cooldowns. You already have the regular missile is backup, even if the orbital bombardment is not picked, which is almost certainly going to be. So yes. I would look at that. That's his primary damage. His number 1, number 2, number 3 damage were all wasps.
We have a second source of acid with the acid crawlers now right in front of the worms, making their life difficult.
We do see some more melters. Here comes the mass-produced melter that just never developed.
I can see Measim winning this, I'll be honest. This looks solid. He's got so many giants now. And the bombard is so much tempo. We've got an ion cannon pushing through the left side.
That ion could be decisive, but the shields might hold on long enough.
Oh. I think we're going to lose 3 sets of wasps instantly as soon as the round starts. There's only 1 set of wasps to do so much work.
Yeah, he did not pick the shield on the wasps. He does have the spread on the crawler, though. That could change the layout, too.
No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I'm sorry. There's Vulcans on both towers. I think Sako's at risk here. Does he know it?
Now it's all about the RNG of the bombard. Full. Oh! Oh no!
Perfect shot with the second missile.
As you suspected, only the one of the original wasp groups is still standing after all that. He bought a couple more level 1s. Their damage being negligible. So many giants still on the field.
Anti-swarm of giants. The smallest, saddest melting point proves me wrong yet again. claiming another scalp. Ugh. And that is it.
Never picked
Look
any
at the
tech.
damage.
Never any tech on the melters. 38 life. Measim and his dream
Blasts it.
coming true.
Wow, that was a big swing. I think the bombard was the key there, though. Took out 3 sets of wasps.
Absolutely. All of the cooldowns converging on that one turn. We had oil, we had the regular missile, we had the bombard, all of which very effectively turned the tide.
That was so close. 38 HP. And then he wins the next 2 rounds.
Incredible. What this does mean, though, Sacco, who was on his Cinderella story, has been eliminated with his double losses.
There we go, and Sacco is out. And Measim advances to the losers semi-final. If he can win 2 more games, he'll be in the grand final. Well, I hope you've enjoyed a few games of the tournament. This is where mine and Pastor Drewski's commentary will end. It was great fun, I really enjoyed it. Sorry for the imperfect audio. Big thanks to Pastor Drewski for carrying a lot of the technical burden. Massive props to our pros for putting their reputations on the line to entertain us all. And huge respect to developers for going up against such strong players and risking their own reputations as well. Bear-like beating in Sacco was huge. All that being said, I want to say a special thank you to Stoney and Clint Leetwood for doing most of the organisation. They put a lot of hard work into this. I'll have links to their channels below, and special thanks for Uncle Lazy for being the production manager on the night. If you want to watch more of the tournament, I'm going to direct you to Stoney's Mechabellum channel, where he'll have the rest of the games. I think the grand final has just gone up. Enjoy. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you tomorrow.